Welcome to the Miami Sports Vibes podcast here with Jacoby talking about another Dolphins loss. It just doesn't get any worse than this. Losing to the Carolina Panthers. Jacoby, how's it going?
Lost for words, man. What a game we were subjected to on Sunday, man. It's I'm at a loss for words. I don't know how you give up the yards, the points you did to a team that has been his like record breaking bad the last couple years. So it was tough. It was tough, but I mean, all I really was able to do was laugh at that point, man. But it was pretty bad.
Dude, I mean it's rock bottom. Like you were kind of flirting around with rock bottom lately. Like, okay, is it really? But I feel like when you lose to the Carolina freaking Panthers, it to me it doesn't get much worse than this. Obviously, you still play the Saints. You might as well lose to them too. I mean, it's just completely embarrassing, man, to just also have a 17-0 lead and lose as well. Jesus, man. 200 yards to Rico Dowdle. Yo, what's going on with this defense?
It's I have no words, honestly, dude. They can't tackle, they can't defend without like penalizing themselves. They can't get any pressure to the quarterback, and it's not like that front seven are bad players. I have no clue, man. I have no idea how to describe it. It's so demoralizing how bad this defense has regressed. And I mean, we kind of expected it with the secondary Greer led this team into the season with, but it's bad, man. It's really bad.
Dude, I'm with you, bro. I've been trying to make sense of this, and I can't come up with a conclusion. I really can't. You know, you think about the cornerbacks, right? Not having enough of those. They're actually doing a pretty solid job. You think about Mike McDaniel losing the team and nobody liking Mike McDaniel, but the defense with Weaver, I mean, all we've heard was praise about Anthony Weaver, and including myself, I was very high on him heading into this season. I wanted him to be the head coach. Now I'm questioning if he's even worthy of the job. And these players aren't even playing for him. I mean, there's just no excuse. You got all of these top players from a pass rushing standpoint. You're not even getting home on the Carolina Panthers of all teams. You can't stop the run. People are literally saying, you know what they're doing, and they're not even scared of you. They're saying, go ahead and we're going to keep doing it because you guys can't stop it. And the fact that they just continue, and you still can't stop it, even when you know it's coming, I'm at a loss of words as well. Like, I just don't, I don't know. I don't understand what the problem is. But to me, I'm like just completely turned off at this point. Like, you might as well just go ahead and rebuild. I hate to say that, but yo, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing?
It's an uninspired product. It's uninspired football. There's no spark, there's no fire, there's no passion. We don't even see these guys get mad at each other. Tyreek Hill showed the most passion and sorry about that, anger towards this towards this season in week 1. I mean, I don't see guys get pissed off. I don't see guys, going out there and playing with some fire. So it's been just embarrassing. It's a product of football that's lower than what we've seen before for the Miami Dolphins. So I mean, I just simply don't know what's the holdup in terms of blowing this up and starting from scratch. I truly don't understand the standards that Stephen Ross is holding this front office and coaching staff to. This is just a terrible brand and product of football, and all your opponents know it. They call you out for it after every game, and they even say, like, we were going at these guys, like they know how mentally weak this team is, and that's not a reputation you want to have. So it's I as far as much as disappointment I've had as a Dolphins fan, I'm at a point now where I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is just, like you said, it's more than rock bottom to me.
I'm with you, bro. And just like you mentioned, there was a clip from one of the DBs in Carolina. They were like, "Oh, we didn't even make adjustments at halftime. Like, we didn't even like that's embarrassing, man." It's like, I don't know what Stephen Ross needs to see. You're seeing losses pile up. You're seeing your quarterback underperform. You're seeing your offensive line continue to suck. That the media has gotten on, the fan base has gotten on Chris Greer, and he made a mockery out of it last season. Chris Greer, obviously, his record is like 500 with 0 playoff wins in all his time as a Dolphin GM while spending so much money. I just, it's like other people are making fun of you. You got people flying things over the stadium saying fire McDaniel, fire Greer. It's like, yo, Stephen Ross, what's the holdup? And I like what you said, man. You talked about these players. Only Tyreek Hill really showed that passion, like that passion that we have as a fan base, where we want to see guys get pissed off. We want to see guys like, yo, Tyreek Hill was talking all of that stuff last season because he expects to go to the playoffs. And the fact that he didn't get to the playoffs, he was pissed off about it. But what do you see the other guys? You don't see nobody else caring like Tyreek. Everyone's like, yo, it's whatever, man. You see people dapping each other up, hugging each other after the game, smiling. And it's like, yo, I'm not telling you to be miserable, but I just feel like there's a time and place to like to just act accordingly, bro. And when you're 1-4, losing these games, it's not the right place. Am I right?
No, I think you're exactly right, because I feel like, and maybe it's not solely on the head coach, but I feel like the environment you put your locker room in, if it's too positive, you're never really going to feel that anger. If it's always just a pat on the back, good job, we'll get him next time. And, nobody getting mad and trying to spark some fire and some life into a lifeless product. I think that's why you see a lot of these players just not really giving a shit about what happens. So, I would just kill to see somebody on this coaching staff, challenge these players publicly, or, just throw something at them in sense of like word, like, hey, this needs to get better. Whatever you're doing is not work. Like, just get mad, show some emotion, because you can't convince me that they care more than us, that they care more than us. I truly don't feel like that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I hate talking about the same shit every week. I just want this regime to be out of here. I want to start fresh. I want to get some fresh blood in there in that coaching staff and revamp this culture, because this culture talk out all offseason is a pile of shit.
Yeah, and we talk about this on the show too, man. Like it's got to come from Ross, bro. Like at the end of the day, we're at a point where you are who you are. And I've said this so many weeks in a row because we're dealing with the same stuff every damn week. Let's just be real. Mike McDaniel is Mike McDaniel. He is not going to change. These players that go and hug and smile with these guys after getting their ass kicked, they are who they are. Tua is talking out of his ass to every single presser that he has. Tua is who he is. So, Steve Ross, what are you going to do? Do you like that? Do you like seeing that? If not, yo, move the hell on, because and that's what we need. We just need a whole fresh start. And it goes from not even just GM and coach. Like, we need some players up out of here, man. Like, we really just need a whole new culture change. But honestly, if Stephen Ross is watching that and he's cool with that, we're screwed as a fan base. Like, we really are.
I don't even think it's worth debating. I think that he's demonstrated that he is okay with this. And we can't get a straight story of what's going on in there, but I truly think he's just giving McDaniel all the patience in the world. He's like, hey, I trust in you. Do what you got to do. Fine, whatever. Like, you're the owner. You got to do what you want. But like, that's something I understand, that if you're like in an injury riddled team that has so much talent, or like, you're on a constant playoff contender that with a coach that has shown results year in and year out, we're in a standstill right now. We saw the same bullshit last year, and you're in the same exact spot. But at that point, man, I don't know what to say. I mean, he's obviously okay with this, and us fans just have to pay the price and see when it's all going to come to an end. But I don't think it's anytime soon, to be honest with you. I don't think I thought week 1 when they lost to Indianapolis, I looked at the schedule. I'm like, if they lose that Carolina game, he's out. And I'm at a loss for words that he's still employed. So I'm like, I can't see him getting fired at all this year.
Yeah, and I'm at the point where I just really don't know. I thought after 0-3 against 0-3, I thought he was done. Then it's like, all right, the next one then, which would be, I guess, this Carolina loss, he would definitely be done. And he's not. And the fact that he's not is just, I really don't know. I really don't know. Like at this point, it's like, oh, you hear scenarios. Oh, probably the Madrid game. Oh, probably after the Madrid game. It's like the fact that we're like probably it's already bad enough. Like the fact that you're just not cutting ties. I don't know what his mission is. I don't know what the goal is, and obviously none of us we can just speculate. But one thing we can say as a fan base is we don't like the product on the field. And we don't like the way we're even approaching the situation. And actually, since we were talking about this, look at this quote from Tua. He said this about fans' criticism. He says, I'm not on social media. I go home, I see my kids. Whether I throw 5 picks or 5 touchdowns, we win the game or we lose the game. I get to come home to my kids who are happy to see me every time. That there you go. Like he just, bro, like tell me he just like tell me that he cares because I don't see it, man. Like the fact that you literally have that quote, whether that's true or not, you do not say that as the quarterback at this very point in time after dropping to Carolina, having 1-4 on your head. You don't say that unless you truly don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, that just tells me right there that he literally does not give a fuck about the fans' feelings of this season. I've seen Josh Allen damn near in tears on like losing streaks. Like he's just up there emotionless. He's like, losing sucks. We this isn't tolerable. This isn't acceptable. Like that right there just shows me how piss poor this damn culture is in Miami, and how and that what that also explains to me. Clocked out. That's what it tells me. He's clocked out. He doesn't give a shit. The season is what it is. He's just going to do what he's getting paid for. At least just come out and say it. But, you can't tell me that, like, well, yeah, he's not lying. Like, why should he care what you guys think? I see quarterbacks all the time when they're going through losing stretches demonstrate just pure, like, determination to get better and putting a big emphasis that this current performance and product that we're displaying is not acceptable. You see it all the time. And it's not a coincidence that it's the actual top 10 quarterbacks in the league that always demonstrate that. So
Yeah.
it's embarrassing. It truly is.
Yeah, no, you're so right about that because you got to even think about it from a standpoint where you see like these guys like Tom Brady and just the way they carry themselves. They would never say things like that. It's like, bro, at the end of the day, fans put like you're the reasons why you get paid the money you get paid. Like we contribute to these things. People spend their hard-earned money to go travel. Like this fan base travels for this team like crazy, bro. It's ridiculous, honestly. I see some of the stuff I see. I'm like, damn, like you guys are really going out to see this crappy team right now. Like you're really traveling across the country. Like there might be a bunch going to Madrid. And then that's your answer. Like it's just disrespectful, bro. It really is. It's there's so many issues with that, and it's embarrassing. And the greats of the greats, like you mentioned, man, like Josh Allen, like I mentioned, Tom Brady, they would never say things like this, bro. And it it's just like, yo, he pretty much tells me, hey, yo, I only care about myself, and that's it. Like I really don't care about this organization. I don't care about the fan base. I care about me and my paycheck, and that's it.
Yeah, to piggyback off what you said, big respect to this fan base. I think we have the best fan base in the league because I've traveled to so many away games in the past 3 years, and this fan base shows out. They're everywhere. They're all over town. They're pumped. We're taking over the stadiums, man. It's there. The passion and love for this team is there, and it's just so disappointing to see the product we get in return for almost 2 decades, or like 2 decades now. So it's pure frustration and disappointment as a fan, and it's just the sad truth and sad reality is we're probably going to be stuck with this current core and regime for a little bit longer. And it's, you know, I think the fans' frustration is purely justified. A lot of people want to turn on this team. They want to stop going to games, and but they still do it. These diehard fans, they still do it. And it's at this point when you're just looking at yourself as a fan and the rest of the fans and be like why do we deserve this shit? So
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a great point. These fans travel, and I think there's gonna be hella fans in Madrid, and this is the product we get in return. It's very disappointing.
Yeah, it sucks, bro. Like I feel for those diehard fans, man. That you guys work hard for your money, man. Like we're not out here like getting paid like the players do, and you go out there and you show out at Carolina, and then you have to take a flight back home, and all of that goes with that. And hear your quarterback say, "Oh, I don't really care if I throw 5 picks or whatever. I get to go home to my kids." Like I'm just like, wow, like that's a slap in the face to those fans that really do, travel. What, you can't be critical of your quarterback? Like, no, no. When are you gonna actually just own and accept the fact that you've underperformed this season and take some accountability, man, and actually sympathize with the fans? Like it, but whatever, man. Whatever. But let's talk about Darren Waller, actually, man. Darren Waller, bro. This dude started the game, couple touchdowns, like just catching balls up the seam, bro. Like totally like big body, good hands, like mismatched left and right. You and I were texting about it. We're like, yo, he's proven us wrong. That's now 2 weeks in a row where this dude is literally a baller. I don't know how the hell he looks this good, but my goodness, is he a threat? And then Mike McDaniel, after that hot start, didn't even target him the rest of the game. It's one thing to go at him and he's getting covered, he's getting double teamed, or he's not even open. You're not even giving him a chance. I'm not even one target since that. And we ended up losing that game. Yo, talk to me about Darren Waller, and then talk to me about Mike McDaniel going away and not even targeting him one time after.
First of all, big props to Darren Waller. He's been an absolute thrill to watch since coming off the injury, and big props. He's been out of the league for a year, and he looks like an even better player than he was in New York. So it's been really awesome. I think Tua did a good job at finding him in the first half, and then when it came to the second half, it's just baffling because they had no established run game. You had less than 25 yards. You know, and you still keep going back to it. I'm like, Mike McDaniel has a trend of abandoning what's working for the team. So it really wasn't shocking. But like you said, not a single target is actually kind of ridiculous, especially when you don't have a run game at all that half. So what the hell were you doing? Like, who are you even like trying to get the ball to? So that's the most frustrating part. Like, I get it, he's still on a snap count, but like, even when he was in, like, he wasn't being schemed up at all. And granted, they got Jalen Waddle involved, which was good, but you need to go to that man. That guy, he's going to get you first downs. He's going to get you results. So it was pretty disappointing. But is it surprising? No, because that's what McDaniel does. He goes away from what works. He gets too full of himself in his game plan, and he fails to abandon it when it's not working. And sure enough, we saw it. They should have been passing the ball a lot more because that offensive line, granted, the offensive line gave either Tua or McDaniel no help at all. But you need to be able to switch it up. You need to be able to put your foot down and switch it up when it's not working. So that's the most frustrating part for me.
Yeah, and for me, it's like I mentioned, bro. It's the fact that, yeah, he's on a snap count, but you have to at least target that man. It's like the fact that you didn't even give him a chance when you're off. Like, what else were you doing? I'm sorry, but I saw punt, 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 punt. Like, what else were you doing? Running the same plays, trying to run when the run wasn't working because the offensive line played terrible, including Jonah, which that's a whole nother story. Malik Washington had like what 4 targets and had like 4 yards because the 3 of the targets are stupid wide receiver screens that we run constantly, which is ridiculous. It's like, well, you have no excuse not to at least target Darren Waller, man. But it's just, listen, man. Shout out to Darren Waller. All right. He definitely, just like you mentioned, bro, like I am shocked he looks this freaking good. He is awesome. And it's honestly, it's like bittersweet because it's a shame. It's a shame that we're not a good enough team to really like benefit from having a guy come out of retirement and facing adversity and the injuries. Like that type of player added to like our team 2 years ago would have been fucking amazing. And it's just unfortunate that we don't. It's like it's a waste.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And I don't really expect it to become more efficient because why would we? We see this stuff all the time, and until we actually see it and see Mike McDaniel ride the hot hand, it's going to continue to be like this. So, I mean, props to what you said. I mean, like, it's just like you said, we know he's on a snap count. We know the offensive line's getting no help. But like you said, you have to at least go to him. You got to at least target him. You got to at least attempt to try to get him involved because, you had less than 30 rushing yards, I believe. I think it was like 24 or something in the entire game. There's no excuse to keep going back to it. So, change something up. Be the head coach. Acknowledge it's not working. Get your guys on the same page. But we fail to see it.
Yeah.
Time in, time out.
It's embarrassing, but let's shift things on to Chargers week. So here's the injury report as of today. Obviously, you still have Thursday and Friday participation waiting before game status. A couple noteworthy things. All right, Joe Alt for the Los Angeles Chargers. He is dealing with an ankle. He did not practice. He went down last game. He did not play in the last game, which led to Justin Herbert pretty much struggling and that offensive line struggling as well. Mekhi Becton, also a guy that was limited. That's another guy on their offensive line. They're already down Slater, who is out for the season, and also Omarion Hampton and Najee Harris, both running backs 1 and 2 for the Chargers, are also out this game. For the Dolphins, Tua is on that injury report. He was limited today, apparently hip and left thumb, by the way. That's something to keep an eye on. Darren Waller gets did not practice. More like it's rest. I don't really want to see Waller practicing out there. But the Chargers are the more hobbled team, but Tua is now dealing with something. What are your thoughts on the Chargers, man, and Justin Herbert?
Yeah, obviously going through the injury bug right now, and they kind of lost their momentum they had in those first few weeks of the season, the last couple of weeks. But I expect them to, definitely find a rhythm this game. I don't I think that's just given with how our defense has been playing. I think their third string running back third string running backs are going to have the time of their life out there against this run defense. So, but you got to like what you've been seeing out of Herbert, especially despite the last 2 games. He's been playing really motivated football and inspiring football, and it's probably been the best version that we've seen of him in a while. So. It's always a fun matchup between these two teams because of the narrative, because of the Tua and Herbert debate. So I expect it to be, a fun one. But yeah, I expect the Chargers to regain that momentum. But I've been pleased from what I saw from them so far in the opening stretch.
Yeah, no, me as well, man. Like I after the Chargers, started off by beating the Chiefs in week 1 and then starting off 3-0, I thought that was very impressive, especially how Justin Herbert was playing, man. You really saw him deliver in big time moments, make these big time throws and not be afraid. And I've also seen him use his legs lately too, which is also pretty damn impressive. But at the end of the day, they started to run into a little wall, which all teams do, losing 2 in a row here. Obviously, they want to get back on the right side of things, but overall, I like what I've seen from the Chargers. Obviously, I think it's huge being up without their running backs, 1 and 2 in Najee Harris and Omarion Hampton, especially for a hardball team that loves to run the ball. I think that's a lot to deal with. The banged up offensive line as well. That's something that I cannot, bypass here. Like Justin Herbert throughout these last 2 losses has barely had time to throw. And that's something that we're used to as Dolphin fans. Like Tua barely has time to throw, but the Chargers are pretty much in that same level. I've watched the last 2 games. If not identical, bro, it might be even worse. Like that offensive line is bad. It's been giving Herbert so much trouble lately. So we're going to see the battle of like which offensive line is worth this weekend.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why I think it's going to be kind of a fun one. Both teams are going to have equally bad lines, and let's see which defense can get to them quick, But, we all know what happened last Dolphins and Chargers game a couple years ago. So, I just want some fireworks. I want it to be a good game. You're at home. Take advantage. Let's see this team come out and just play inspired, okay? I don't need to see huge plays. I don't need to see Mike McDaniel get back. I just need to see some respected football. That's what I want this game.
Yeah, I would love to see that, man. I just don't know, man. It's like every time, bro, the way the play calling is, to me, it's the play calling, man. I think the play calling is what pisses me off the most. Like when you see the talent that we have on this team, even with Hill being out. Like, we know what Malik Washington can do. We know how creative you can get with Devon Achane, and maybe use Ali Gordon more as a runner and use Achane as a pass catcher for the next couple weeks. See what you got there. Mix in some Waller, mix in some Waddle, but then the play calls and then the inefficiency from Tua. It's just like, I'm like, damn, man. Like, can we even get a close game here?
Yeah, I have I have no clue, dude. But I'd like to think that this Chargers team, with the injuries they have, that Miami could take advantage. But we thought that last week. So
Yeah.
my hopes are not too high, but I refuse to believe that this is going to just continue to be a theme. Like I've seen this team underperform, but at least be motivated and determined to get better. And I just don't feel like there's any spark at all. So,
Yeah.
Who knows? But at this point, you just don't know what you're going to get. You have no idea what you're going to get right now.
And that,
hopefully Zach Sealer, because we still haven't seen him.
Dude, that's the sad part, man. It's like now us Dolphin fans are going into our couch or our chairs and just like, we're just watching the game as fans. We're not even like excited. Like, we used to get excited for a Sunday. Like, yeah, man, my boys played today. Like, let's go. Can't wait for this Dolphin game. Now I'm like, here we go. It's like it's a freaking job at this point.
It's like that feeling when you're going to support your little cousin's like very starter league sports game where it's just a cluster all over the place. And you're just there like, all righty, let's get this over with. Like,
bro, like it was literally that second quarter when you kind of got the vibe in that Panthers game. Like, yeah, we're about to mess it up. And I'm watching the rest of this game. I kid you not, like this. And it's
I
like,
was the same way, but I was laughing. I was just like as soon as it became 17-13, they hadn't scored in like 2 quarters. I'm like, yeah, I don't think they're gonna pull it out. Like,
yeah.
And then when they actually took the lead, I'm like, oh my god, they really are gonna lose to this fucking team. Oh my god.
Oh, it's bad when you're cursing at yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like, and you start saying the quote, "You got to be fucking kidding me!" Right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I think I've said that so many damn times. It's ridiculous.
And of course, I was playing against Rico Dowdle in our league, so I was like, it just doesn't. It's like when it rains, it pours, man. Oh my god.
For sure, man. All right, give me your keys to victory, man. How do the Dolphins come out on top and beat the Chargers, get in the win column? How do they do it?
Yeah, so my first key for this week is going to be redemption. You're in a similar spot last week. I know you're not playing it as bad team, but you got a team that's beaten up, that's got some line issues. Let's see if you can capitalize this time. You need to go out there and you got to just make a statement defensively, whatever that statement is, whether it's a big sack, whether it's a forced fumble, whether it's an interception. You need to come out and start off the right way. But this defense needs a huge redemption game. And that's just going to be my overall first key. Make up for what you missed out on last week, okay? My second key of the game is going to be ride the hot hand, okay? Whatever is going to be working for this team, they need to stick with it and build on it. Do not be a momentum killer. Be a momentum shifter. Build it and keep on running with it. All right, and my third key of the game is going to be mistake-free football. Okay, you need to play mistake-free football. Let's have the least amount of penalties we have had all year long. Let's get out there and play disciplined football. Let's not get any dumbass roughing calls or some freaking holding calls when you need to stop most. Go out there, play clean, be physical, and you're going to be fine.
I like those keys, man. I'm gonna go with one of yours as one of mine, which is playing disciplined football. Obviously, not racking up penalties left and right. This offensive line has been a disaster so far. Honestly, like it's not good. It's not good. I'm not giving you awards for being mid. Like, at the end of the day, that's bad. It's not good enough. So I want to see this team play disciplined football. That means playing clean from penalties. All right. No dumb penalties, no penalties, when they're punting the ball to us or when they're about to get off the field on third down. Like, none of that. Disciplined football is definitely key number one. Key number two, like I mentioned earlier, man, Justin Herbert has been, these last 2 games that he's lost is because the pressure is coming home and he is struggling with the pressure there. So if you can get to him, all right, this pass rush, has literally been called out week after week after week. How will you respond? When will you respond? Will this be the time? If you don't do it against this team who's been struggling with that offensive line, then I don't think it's ever going to happen for you. And that's everybody, bro. Like, I don't want to see just one guy dominate. You have tons of capable players with Phillips, Judon, and all of these guys. Get home on Justin Herbert. All right. That's key number 2. And then my key number 3 is, like I mentioned, it's also about their defensive line also is not doing good. They just picked up a guy from the Baltimore Ravens because it was so bad that they're not even getting pass rush either, similar to us. So now Tua, you'll probably have some extra few seconds that you haven't been able to have these last couple weeks. What will you do? You need to utilize these pass catchers, whether it's Malik Washington, Darren Waller, Jalen Waddle. Tua has to have a good game passing the football. And I think with those 3 keys, you'll be in position to win. Whether you will or not, you'll be in position. Those are my keys.
No, I think they're solid keys. And, I feel like a lot of our keys the last few weeks have been similar themes, just a little reworded differently. So let's see some damn results. Let's see a damn difference maker so we can freaking move on and pass this theme and just try to get to talk about a Dolphins team that's building. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just, I like the keys, but I feel like that we just pick the same keys all the time. And
because we're not doing them.
This team left and right. Like, it's just, I just need to see some fire, man. That's all I want right now.
Yeah, literally, bro. And it's like when we beat the Jets, like they hit on all our keys, and the losses that they lose, majority of them, they're losing on 2 out of the 3 keys, bro. Like it's true. Like they're not playing disciplined football. They're not getting home. Like we're asking them, they're not running the ball efficiently. Like we're saying, we tell them these things like that. I'm sure Mike McDaniel is saying, but they're not doing it. They're not doing it at all. And that's why we're losing. But it's like, damn, the fact that we still rack up penalties at the rate we do is pretty damn embarrassing.
Yeah, it's bad. And it's just part of their culture. They're not going to play disciplined. Why should we think that they are? Like, why should we think there's a reason to think they're not going to? So that's the most frustrating part.
Yeah. And I will say this, you got to consider yourselves lucky that we're playing the Chargers at this point in time right now with their hobbled offensive line, inability to pass rush, and then 2 of their top running backs out when their Harbaugh loves to run the football. Like, this is the time to get them, but don't sleep. Those 3 wide receivers they got now, they can freaking torch you in Keenan Allen, McConkey, and Quentin Johnson.
Yep. Absolutely. And I fully expect them to.
yeah. It's going to come down to that, man. I don't really think, we give up 200 yards to Rico Dowdle, so never mind. Never mind. What I was going to say, I'm not even going to say it. Let's talk about fantasy football, man. Let's jump right into it.
No final scores?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes. Sorry. Okay. I think I know where you're going.
Yeah, no. So I'm going to pick the Chargers in this one. I think, Rico Dowdle just had the game of his life at 200 plus yards. So why do I think that's going to let up now? I don't think this defense is going to be able to, stop the run. And I don't think, they're really going to find any momentum at all. I think this Chargers team is way better than them. And until I can see them take advantage of injuries, I'm going to stay on the opponent's side. I'm going to give the Chargers this one 24-10.
24-10. Yeah, solid, man. I'm gonna go with the Chargers as well. First of all, I like this Chargers team. All right, obviously they're better when they're healthier. They started 3-0. They lost 2 in a row. I think the Chargers are a playoff team, and playoff teams probably don't lose 3 games in a row. And I think this is where they bounce back. They lost an ugly one to the New York Giants in there. Like they have to bounce back. If they're a playoff team, they have to bounce back, and I believe they are. Obviously, the coaching matchup is way in favor of Harbaugh. So respect to that. They got the better quarterback, the better head coach. Yes, they're depleted, but with those 2 things, you should win this football game. I got the Chargers winning this one, and I could see this like a 27-13 type of game, multiple touchdowns lead, because like you mentioned, we couldn't stop the run last week. I don't see that changing, even going against a 3rd, 4th, 5th string running back, practice squad run. It does not matter, bro. Like anybody can run against this team. And like you mentioned, if you do go ahead and pressure Justin Herbert and he has to throw it out quick, I don't think he's going to have a problem when you got guys like McConkey, Quentin Johnson, and Keenan Allen. I think they will have a field day, and I think they actually do. I think this is going to be a lot of passing yards for Justin Herbert, and I think he's going to deliver.
Yep, I think so. And I think the only really thing the Dolphins fans have going for this game is Tua playing a little bit better than Herbert stats wise, so they can win the argument. So that's the only thing that we're going to look forward. They're going to look forward to this game, but we'll see. We'll see what the Chargers are made of. Like I said, I don't think playoff teams lose 3 in a row, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, fans, if you're still holding on to Tua over Herbert, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like it's Herbert. Like even with his playoff stuff, like just stop. All right, let's talk fantasy, man.
Yep.
Obviously you're struggling in my league, man. But how's your
I'm
other
clocked
league?
Out of your league, dude. I just can't catch a fucking break in that league, man. So but I'm still hanging in there. Lost a close one this week in my other one, but I'm still rolling along. And a lot of questionable guys this week. It's been a little weird.
Yeah.
A lot of the injury bugs starting to pop up a little bit there, but still gonna go along and pick my guys. So going on for my first for the quarterback stardom is gonna go on here, and I'm gonna go visit someone who I haven't given really much praise to this year. He's averaging 18 points a game, missed a couple weeks, but had himself a great game against the Chargers last week. And I'm gonna give Jaden Daniels my first start against Chicago. He's currently the QB 26, but I think he's gonna have another solid outing against Chicago, who are averaging around 20 points a game to quarterbacks. So I'm going to give him my praise. He's going to be my first stardom. And then going on to second, I'm going to pick this guy again. I gave him 2 weeks in a row. I think, or maybe the week before, but I'm going to give him, he needs to bounce back. And I think he's going to do it against this week. Because why wouldn't he? Because he's playing Miami, and that's Justin Herbert. I think he's going to have a great game. I'm going to put him down for 3 touchdowns. Yardage wise, I'm not too sure. I don't think he's going to amass 300, but I think he does have 3 touchdowns, maybe 1 rushing. I don't know, but I think he's going to have a great game down in Miami.
I love that. And like I mentioned, bro, Justin Herbert has had to run a little bit because of this offensive line pressure, so he might get some scrambling yards as well.
Absolutely. Now going to my sit-ems, this guy who's been a consistent around 15 points a game week. I don't like the matchup this week in Indianapolis, who are ranked 6th against the quarterbacks. And, I don't think his receivers have been helping him out too much, and that's going to be Kyler Murray. I'm going to give him another sit this week. I know he's been consistent. He's given you probably just enough points to get a win, but I really don't like this matchup. I think that Indianapolis team is just playing really inspired football, and I'm just going to give him the sit this week. Don't really like it. And this guy, I haven't really given him a sit in a while, but, he's a thrill to watch on the field, and he's the QB3 right now. But he's going up against a really good San Francisco defense, and we know just the amount of pressure they can amount to any quarterback playing. That's going to be Baker Mayfield, who I'm going to give my second sit to. Even though he's averaging right around 21 points a game, which has been staggering. Props to Mayfield, man. Always out there balling. Has only had thrown 1 pick on the year, but I think he's going to throw 1 against San Francisco for sure.
All right. I can see that. Yeah. Running backs.
So I'm going to go to the land of despair in Vegas. And I know I'm not sitting my sits yet, but I'm going to give Genty the start. I'm going to give him some praise here because the last couple weeks, he's had 15 points last week and 33 the week before. And 15 points in a huge blowout is actually really good because, they'll be throwing the ball a lot. So I'm going to give Genty that first start down there in Vegas. Vegas has got to find some sort of momentum. And if Genty's going to do it, and if they're going to do it this week, I think Genty's going to lead them, who are going up against Tennessee, who are averaging 30 points to running back. So I'm going to give him my first start.
Like that.
Yep. And my second start, I gave him the sit last week, and I'm going to give him a little bit of redemption this week as well. But that's going to be Jordan Mason. Okay, Jordan Mason, I think, is going to gain some momentum here. I had my stats up, and they just closed on me, so let me get them back here. Oh no, wait. I'm sorry. They are on a bye. Why did I put Jordan Mason? I was looking at something else. My bad. So I'm gonna wing this one here for a second. I can't believe I did that. I'm gonna wing this right now. You know what? Give me Javonte Williams against Carolina. Carolina defense is inflated on the running back side because they played Miami. They jumped up to rank 15th, but I'm going to give him Javonte Williams a big game. They're going up against at Carolina, and he's getting close to 20 carries a game. Give him the start for me. Got rebounded on that one. Can't believe I screwed that one up.
I like that. I like that pivot though with Javonte Williams going against Carolina, who they give up touchdown to running back a lot. So
yep.
It's a good one.
And this guy, for my first sit-em, was pretty tough because I love this player, even though he's on a rival team. Love watching this guy in action, but he had a terrible outing fantasy-wise against New England. He had less than 5 points at 4.9, even on 15 carries. Only had one target in the receiving game when Josh Allen usually gets him 4-3, and he's going up against an even better defense against the run, and that's Atlanta, who are the number 1 ranked defense. I think James Cook is going to have back-to-back bad weeks fantasy-wise. I think he's going to put up a little bit more than he did this week, but I'm going to say he puts up around 7 to 8. But if you have better options, I would definitely scout that. But I'm going to give the Bills the Bills offense running back a little bit of the doubt there, because I did not like what I saw against New England. And if Atlanta's defense is way better, I'm going to roll with that sit-em for sure.
I didn't even know Atlanta's defense was kind of solid.
Yeah, they are ranked first against running backs right now. It's pretty crazy. So,
wow. Okay, now. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I'm going to hate on the rivals this week. My second one is going to be Breece Hall, okay, going up against Denver. And we know what Denver's bringing to the table defensively, man. They have been playing really great football, and they are ranked 10th against running backs, and I just have no faith in this Jets team right now to put up any sort of momentum against Denver. And so give me Breece Hall for the second sit-em. I know Breece Hall had a great game against Dallas. He gave you 17 points, but I think Denver's going to lock him up pretty good. So give me those for my 2 running back sit-ems.
And that is also a London game, which is also very, very weird at times.
Yep. Absolutely. But I think Denver's going to ride the hot hand and keep that defensive shutdown pretty good. So
for sure.
On to my wide receivers. I'm keeping my first 2 starters in the same game down in South Beach. Jalen Waddle is my first starter because he is emerging now into a wide receiver 1, had himself a great game on 9 targets for 6 receptions. And I think he's going to have more targets this week because I think Miami is going to be throwing a lot. I don't see them winning this game. I see them being down the majority of it. So give me Jalen Waddle for my first stardom of the week. I think he'll give you over 20 points again. He'll probably find the end zone once. I don't see Miami scoring a lot, but I see Tua going to him a lot. So that's going to be my first stardom. And then on the other side, I'm giving QJ, Quentin Johnston, the start. Somehow Miami is ranked 7th against wide receivers. Don't know how, but they're averaging 28 points to wide receivers still, which is up there kind of. So I'm gonna start him for sure. I think they're gonna have a lot of trouble shutting him down in that receiving game. Quentin Johnston's been playing really, really good, and he had 13 targets against New York, and I can see a similar production here. Only 4 targets last week, which is kind of out of the ordinary. So I'm definitely gonna roll with that. He is questionable right now, so keep your eye on that, but I think he will play.
Yeah, I like that. And we talked about it, me and you texting during the game. Like Jalen Waddle also could have had even more points because there was an opportunity where he had one-on-one and he would have scored a touchdown if I forgot what exactly happened on it. But I don't know if it was a penalty or a botched snap, whatever it was, he could have literally had a 2-touchdown day.
I agree. So I think he will this week for sure.
I would love to see it.
Yeah. So going on to my sit-ems. Okay. For as much as I'm glad that they beat the Bills, I'm not riding this hype train on Stephon Diggs. I think he's going to have a down in production this week against New Orleans. I know they're playing New Orleans, but I think New England can probably make that a little bit of ball game because New Orleans has been in these ball games.
Yeah, they have.
They haven't been. They only really got blown out by Seattle and Buffalo, but the other games they were really in. So
they were in that Buffalo one too.
For a little bit they were. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna give Stephon Diggs the sit-em just simply because I'm not buying this hype train, and I think New Orleans doing a really good job on wide receivers. They're ranked 10th right now, so it's a pretty bad matchup for him. But I think that was more just of a revenge type of game, so they were probably trying to force him the ball a little bit more than usual. So I don't know. I'm sitting Diggs for sure. Going on to my second one, it is a shit show down in Baltimore. Give me Zay Flowers for my second sit-em.
Nice.
Lamar was limited, but I don't see them playing him this week. That's just my honest opinion because they have a bye the week after, so I could see them resting him this week and getting him 2 full weeks to recover and get ready for this long stretch. But Zay Flowers is going to be my second sit-em. I think he's going to amass less than 10 points against the Rams, who are kind of in the middle of the pack against defense for wide receivers. But I think Zay Flowers is going to have a terrible game. That Baltimore offense, like I want nothing to do with it right now. So
Yeah, Cooper
yeah.
Rush looks so bad. So I would definitely avoid any wide receivers from Baltimore until Lamar comes back.
100%. And now, last but not least, my tight ends. Going to my starts, this guy coming off a bye week, and they're going up against Cincinnati, who are dead last in defending tight ends. Tucker Kraft, give me him for the Packers. Love the matchup he's getting this week, and I truly think Cincinnati is going to be a little more competitive than we saw last week. So I think that's going to be more targets for him from Jordan Love. So that's my first stardom. And then my second stardom, I'm going to keep the hot hand rolling because Mike McDaniel won't do it. Give me Darren Waller. Going to do it. Give him my second stardom. He's already climbed up to be in the top 20 of tight ends. He's had two touchdowns in the first week he played, 1 touchdown last week, and he's had about 5 to 4 targets in each game. So we need to see that target increase, and I feel like it only makes sense that it's gonna, especially when I see this team losing. I think they're gonna target share a lot more. So Darren Waller's my second stardom, and now last but not least, for my sit-ems, I know it's been a little bit of a weird year for tight ends, but I've been actually hitting them on the nail pretty much. Every time I've called out Laporta, he's had a good game, especially Warren's results, but decided to take a little shift here, and I'm going to go ahead and sit Dalton Kincaid, who's actually been having a really good year. He's the tight end 2. He had 16 points last week, 17 against Miami, and he's going up against Atlanta, who are shut down. They're number 1 against tight ends.
What in
So
the world?
they are only averaging 4 points to tight ends, and I think Josh Allen's going to look to go to Shakir a little more. And if James Cook gets shut down, then I can see Josh Allen just being a little bit of a takeover mode to try to make things happen on his own. Usually when he does that, it's more so him just running the ball. So we'll see. But I'm going to give Kincaid the sit, and then my last sit-em is going to be Hunter Henry for New England. I know he's been pretty productive as well, but I think New England is going to establish that run game in New Orleans, who are actually very struggling against the run. And I just didn't really like the matchup. So those are my tight end sit-ems, and I think it's going to be a good week. I hope these injuries don't continue to linger because my team's getting beaten up pretty good, but who knows? We'll see. But it's been exciting so far. A lot of players have been blossoming, so we'll see. And hopefully it helps you guys and you guys get some wins.
Yeah, no, these injuries have been crazy. That's why I said, you know what, instead of 1 IR spot, we're gonna do 2 in my league. And I'm like, should I have done 3? Like, this is crazy.
Absolutely.
It's freaking insane. Like, damn, especially if you have any 49ers guys.
Yeah. No, exactly.
I think like I have one. I got Pearsall in there. I think you have Kittle, right? It's just crazy.
No, I have McCaffrey.
He's a ticking time bomb. By the way they're utilizing him, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, he is, dude.
Oh man, you got a comment here. He says, "Let's hope you get your first win, man."
I don't know, man. Like I know we're in a flex league that we allow tight ends, but I don't think that's a huge difference in the amount of blowouts I'm getting, dude. Like they're putting up over 150 points on me every week. It's literally crazy.
It's literally bad luck. I do want to say though, you pick in as one of your stardoms, Darren Waller. The good thing about Waller, it's not only that he looks good and he's catching these passes, it's the fact that he's going to have opportunities to score a touchdown. And if you get 1 touchdown, like for a tight end position, and you could get like 7-8 points, that's already a good day. 9 points, that's a good day for a tight end.
You can get 9 to 10 points out of a tight end, you're chilling. So
yeah, exactly. Because there's plenty of them that score 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like, let's just face 100%. It, man. But yeah, man. Hopefully you do pick up your first win because you're
I
not.
hope so.
I don't
I'm
want.
playing my brother who has Lamar, so we'll see.
Oh, but listen, he has bad luck. He's losing by
He's
under
got worse
one.
luck than me. Oh my god, dude!
he
I'm like,
he
dude,
he's
we're cursed or something.
he's winning by less than one, and he's losing by less than
Yeah,
one.
it's tough.
Oh man, Giannis says Darren Waller looks really good again. He looks better than ever. Yeah, man. We were talking about it earlier. It's truly remarkable. And he said Herbert is still way better than Tua.
I
Hey,
agree.
we both honestly
No one disagreeing with you there, dude.
we are not disagreeing with that. We can't defend this guy any further, man. It is what it is, man. But we are gonna head on out of here.
Yes,
we will
sir.
we'll be back next week, talking about the game and previewing the next one. Hopefully, talking about a Dolphins win. We both picked the Chargers to win the game. If you guys missed it, but we're obviously rooting for our fans and hoping for an upset. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, follow me and Jacoby on X as well, and we'll catch you guys next week. Peace.